Hi everybody, it's Harry from Harry's Music Room. Today I'm going to do a video for Ron Haggerty's Vinyl Pasta YouTube channel. He has a contest for my favorite year in music. And what you must do is you have to show an underrated album from your favorite year, a overrated album from your favorite year, a comeback album, a favorite debut album, an album you wished you had, and then your top 5 favorite albums from that year. So for my video, I'm picking the year 1969. And for the most overrated album, I know a lot of people think this is genius. It's, best thing since sliced bread. I don't get it. I've tried. I've listened to it. The only reason I even own this album is because I was a member of the Third Man Records Vinyl Vault Club, and they sent it to me. And of course, the record that I'm talking about is Trout Mask Replica by Captain Beefheart. I just don't get it. And I'm not saying it's a bad album, but it doesn't speak to me. Part of the nice thing about this Third Man Records set is comes with the album, a whole bunch of bonus material. You get your card. You get a bonus 45. You get some sort of a card that tells you all about the album. And then you get this booklet. And of course, you get the Trout Mask. And then the last thing that you get is this bag. So, like I said, it just doesn't speak to me. If this is an album that you would like to have, and you have something you'd like to trade for it, get in touch with me. Okay, now for the most underrated album. This was a hard one because almost everything that came out in 69 that I like was a great album. So I picked The Hollies, Words and Music by Bob Dylan. Every song is a Dylan song, and they do a good job on it. I mean, it's really not a bad record, but it's one that you almost never hear anybody talk about. And for comeback album, this was another tough one because everybody that came out in this, in 1969 was pretty much either a new artist or an established artist. So I picked Elvis in Memphis. Elvis just, when he went in the army, that was it. And matter of fact, when John Lennon was asked about what he thought when he heard that Elvis had died, John said Elvis died when he went in the army. But this is a very good album, and highly recommended, even if you're just a casual fan of Elvis. Now, for the debut album, not only do I think this is the best debut album from 1969, and there was a bunch to choose from, really, but this is also my favorite album by this band, James Gang, Year album. What a killer album. This particular one is a promo copy, but on this album, they do Funk 48. They do an incredible cover version of Bluebird, Lost Woman. There's just so many songs, and all the little bits of chatter, studio chatter that you get. This is just such a good album. I can't recommend it enough. And then for my 5 favorite albums from 1969, I could have picked 100, but it's pretty hard to narrow it down. So we're going to start with Let It Bleed. Killer album. Love in Vain, Give Me Shelter, Midnight Rambler, Can't Always Get What You Want. It could be a greatest hits album. And then we have this album. I remember being in Florida, Eustis, Florida, and I was probably 14 at the time, and asking my mom if I could get the new Beatles album, which was a double album called the White Album. She said it was too much money, pick something else. So I picked this, and I'm so glad I did. My favorite Creedence album. And this one is signed by Stu and Doug. Just fantastic album. All their records are good. All their records. But this is my favorite. And then another one that could have been my pick for best debut album. This particular pressing is a remaster, which sounds absolutely fantastic. Now there is a 50th anniversary. This one is on Friday Music. There's also a 50th anniversary issue on red vinyl that is just horrible. The mix is muddy. I just don't buy it. It's really, really bad. This is the one you want to get. Friday Music. Terry Kath, what a great guitarist. And then another one of my all-time favorite bands. This was a tough choice here between this record and the one that came out just before it. But I had to go with Monkees Present. I almost went with Instant Replay, but I just like this one just a little bit better. To me, every record they made was great up until Changes. Then they lost that one. I just never got it. And of course, 1969. And what other album would I pick? It's as good as they get. If they only ever did this album side 2, they'd be the greatest band in the world still. So there you have it. There's my choices for Ron Haggerty's My Favorite Year in Music. Oh, and lastly, an album I wish I had. Well, obviously I can't show you because then I'd have it. But no particular reason I'm picking this album other than the cover's kind of cool. And I've read so many things about this guy that I can't even imagine what it must sound like. So I'm going to say the album by Moondog. And if you know anything about Moondog, he was a street performer, very eclectic kind of person. So that would be my pick for a record I wish I had from 1969. So there's my contest entry, and I'll be doing another video soon. If you like anything you're seeing me do, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Bye.